Are you a PhD student and want to write your first research paper? As a first year PhD student, publishing your very first paper might seem like a difficult task, but it doesn't have to be. It might sound like a challenging task because it's your first time and you have never written before. So in this video, I will let you know how to make your research article very efficient and how to write your first ever research article. So first let us understand what is the structure or the pattern which is followed while writing a research paper. Mainly a research article consists of an abstract, introduction, methodology, results, discussion, conclusion, acknowledgement, and lastly the references. So the very first thing which is being seen in a research paper is the abstract. So abstract you can consider as a trailer of a movie. Yes, you heard it right. You can consider the research article, your entire research article, as a movie, and abstract is nothing but the trailer of your movie. Now why I am telling so, because you must have watched so many movies. Now you know the criteria that a trailer is launched before a movie is released. Now why they do so? In order to gather your audience and make your audience informable that your trailer is actually what it is about the movie. A trailer generally gives you a brief introduction, a brief knowing of what kind of subject they are going to show, whether it could be a sci-fi, whether it could be a documentary, whether it could be a romantic movie. So what kind of story are they going to narrate in that movie? So likewise your trailer is likewise your research in a research article, abstract is behaving like a trailer. So you know that abstract is around 200 to 250 words, whereas the research article is around 8,000 to 10,000 words. Now nobody has the time. Every time when they go through the paper, nobody has that much of time to read the entire paper. So that is why abstract is meant to behave like that, so that once a scientific researcher is going through the abstract, if it is of their interest, it is of their subject, and the study which they are conducting, if the interest matches, then they go to read the entire paper. So that is why your abstract should be concise. It should be very much briefing out your everything in related to your research article, and your abstract should not be more than 200 to 250 words. It should cover a single short para highlighting first few lines of your introduction, then it goes with your materials and methods, then followed by results and discussion, and lastly you have to give a two-liner or three-liner for your conclusion. And after the conclusion you have to just give one-liner of your future prospects, so that you can highlight how the abstract will be followed in your research community. Next part of the research paper is the introduction part. So here in the introduction part you need to introduce your topic of research. You need to introduce the research article, the research paper which you are going to represent. So here you have to discuss about the past research and the current research, and with the help of some kind of literature reviews you need to build up a connection between these kind of researchers, and then you need to talk about your aims and objective at the last para, so that you can just go like a story. When your introduction should not be more than 2 pages when you write it, and or else it will be going out of the storyline. So whenever you are writing a manuscript, you always have to remember that you are writing a story. Write a manuscript like you are narrating a story, so that the readers could be interested in, or else your research would not have that much of impact in that background, in that research field. So that is why writing the introduction with a storyline creates interesting part of your research paper. So in the last para you need to highlight the aims and objective which you are going to carry out in your present research. So after introduction is the methodology part, where you brief out the methods methods or the experiments which you have carried out for your research study. And next is the result part, where you give the data which you have obtained, the findings which you have got for the study in a form of a figure and a table. All the generalized figure tables are included in the result part, and here you need to be very careful when you are writing. You need to correlate your data with your tables and figures nicely, so there should not be any kind of mistake. And when you discuss the result, that comes in your discussion part. So in the discussion part, you need to discuss how your results are correlating with the current scientific community, how it is giving some kind of impact, and how the past researches have been carried out, how there has been any kind of limitations. You can talk any kind of challenges, limitations, or what are the benefits of your study that you have carried out in this particular section. So while discussing your results, you write your discussion part as well, and simultaneously you need to justify whether you have got a positive result. You need to justify with the help of a another research articles, another research studies, and even if you have got any kind of negative results, you need to justify correctly that how you are getting a negative result. So that point you need to clear out by giving a literature search. You need to do a kind of literature search first, and then you have to justify your answers with the help of other research studies which are already being conducted in your particular field. And in the end, we have the conclusion part after discussion. So in conclusion part, you need to conclude your research article saying that how it would lead to the future prospects in the particular background, in the particular scientific community, so that it could have a benefit. Or if you have any kind of researches which are already going in your lab, you can just tell that ongoing researches are already going on, so some of the data are still pending, it's under process. So likewise, you need to conclude all your conclusion in that conclusion part. After the conclusion part is the acknowledgement part, where we acknowledge certain kind of financial support, the funding which has been funded during this research study when it is conducted. So basically, in every research study which you conduct, you need to highlight the funding which a funding agency which has been funding you for your financial support of your research study. So next, the people who has been carrying out this research are also highlighted over here, whether you are getting any kind of fellowship, any kind of help from any other labs. All these things are mentioned in this acknowledgement. Even if you are getting any kind of fellowship, that also you can highlight it over here. So this section is particularly important for mentioning all of your financial support, lab assistant support, or any kind of help that you have taken overall. And next comes your references part. So in references part, you need to check the journal's requirement. Firstly, after setting up your draft of your manuscript, you need to check a particular journal, a right form of journal that suits your research study, so that you can check the journal's requirement, what kind of referencing style is being used. In my upcoming video, I will be showing you how the referencing styles are being used. So whether it is arranged in alphabetical order or it is arranged in numerical order, those are being checked already in the journal's requirements. So journal to journal, these all things varies. Important topics which are covered while you write your research paper. So other than this, there is one minor important section which is written after the abstract part, that is your keywords. So what are keywords? Keywords are like the hashtags of your research article. They allows the readers and the search engines quickly to identify the content of your paper and assess its relevance. I hope that this video might make you helpful for writing in your future first article. Let me know in my comment section if you have any kind of doubts or any kind of queries. So thank you.